Hi, it's Janet Miller, and this is a reading for February 19th with the Galactic Heritage cards. Now, these cards can give quite a different interpretation of the energies that are out there right now. And I've been working with them for about the last 6 or 8 months, really studying them, seeing how they work. And what I've found is that the layouts don't really matter because they tend to merge and flow within each other. And this is basically what happened when I asked for the best cards for the energies for this week. And I got 3 cards, and it really related to myself as well. So basically, the first one is primal fear. Okay. The second one is healing crisis and purging. And the third one is freedom. Now, the first one, primal fear, it shows a reptilian figure. And often we as humans don't like to look at reptilian beings as being comfortable. And yet they are an aspect of ourselves. We may not like it, but they are an integral part of our galactic heritage as we go deeper into it. And what happens with that is that it says hidden fear, primal fear. I consider that primal fear, hidden fears. And there's a lot of us that have deep fears that we don't even want to look at. And it could be, being found out, things that we want to say and you're afraid of it. There's so many different things that mean different things for different people. For myself, a lot of times it's been speaking out what I know is true in my heart. And this is what's stopped me for the longest time. But primal fear to a lot of people is looking at that fear, but looking at it as your friend. Because your friend, that aspect, it's part of you. It's been with you for a long time, and it is part of you, and it's part of what's happening right now. Because in a society, we are looking at all these old fears that are coming up, and injustices, and things that need to be looked at, and this is what's happening, and you've got to be able to look at it and understand that it's part of the process to look and examine your fears and see where it's coming from. And possibly it's not even yours. It could be picked up from society. It could be picked up from your family. And you're doing your best to disengage from that. The second card is healing crisis and purging. Now, healing crisis and purging is what a lot of us are doing right now. We're looking at going through a lot of things. The energies that are coming in right now are huge, and it's bringing a lot of uncomfortable feelings. People aren't comfortable in their own bodies. They're realizing that they have to change. A lot of us are realizing that as spiritual beings, we have to change our diets. We have to look at things differently. And as we change, the world will change. There's more people than ever that are realizing they have to be vegetarian, and that's a very big challenge for a lot of people. We have to start looking at the things that we use in our home on a regular basis, and the chemicals that are in the environment. There's so much purging that's going on that it can be a crisis in some cases, because it's a crisis of an identity of who we are, and what have we succumb ourselves to, not knowing. So, but it's time to be gentle with yourself. It's part of what needs to be done. And remember, when you purge, yes, you're emptying out, but you have to purge in order to allow new information, new energy to come in. And if we don't have any space because the old is there clogging up the area that we need to be able to bring to have, then it can make it there's no space. There's no place to go. There's no space for it. The third card is freedom. Okay? Now, freedom is different things to different people. And it can be freedom of time, freedom to be able to say what you need to say in relationships, in your work, in your family. Freedom to be you. And a lot of us, in a lot of cases, don't really know who we are because we've so sequestered ourselves into this little role that we figured that we needed to play that, you know, it challenging for us. So that's where this relates back to the first card, which is your fear and whatever. And I know for myself, I last week I broke my wrist. Not last week, January 15th, I broke my wrist just after the new year, just after I was making all these great affirmations and things that I was going to be doing and stuff, and I just kind of got shut down because I went, oh, okay. Now, I'm going to have a blog on what this means because when you break a certain part of your body, there's usually a message that the universe is trying to tell you. So, again, with relating back to the cards, everything's okay. Oh, boy. Jeez. I just had a block there. Something happened. I pressed the wrong button, so please just ignore that. I'm getting used to this too. So I hope this has helped with some of the stuff that's going on. These cards do start to flow after a while. I've been trying to do one card, but it doesn't seem to be enough. There seems to be more information needed. So, like I said before, my name's Janet Miller. My business is called A Spirited Path. I am doing readings with these cards now, and I have different levels of readings. You can actually find out your galactic heritage, which really is an enlightening aspect to learn, because it's really relating to some of the stuff right now, because we're going through a huge shift with all these energies. So if you would like to have a reading, just go to my website, which is again at www.aspiritedpath.ca, and look for the heading, which is readings, and give me a call and we'll see what we can do. And again, I hope you enjoyed this. My goal is to be able to do this on a weekly basis. So these videos will get better, believe me. I'm still in the learning stage. So I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to talking to you next week.